teachers and administrators looking for some creative inspiration served with wine and cheese. Their fee would go into the children's education coffers. Usually, I could command my audience's attention, but I appeared to be off my game. My feet hurt, and even I had to cringe when I used words like strewn in a sentence. But I was nearing the end. Big finish. You'll note the root vegetables relegated to the ground, while the prized peas and asparagus are elevated in status by their presence in baskets in the foreground of the painting. Questions? A hand went up. A childish gesture from a grown man wearing a checkered bow tie and a smirk. I knew exactly what he'd ask. He didn't disappoint. How much is something like this worth? I answered like I always did. A painting like Franz Snyder's still life with fruits and vegetables is a masterpiece of the Flemish Baroque period. There simply is no price. But if there was a price? Bowtie Boy wouldn't give up. I bet he honed that overconfidence as president of his frat. And was that a slight southern accent? Unusual here in Pasadena. The group twittered with laughter. I noticed my boss, the charming Caterina de Montefiore, standing off to the side but displaying her omniscience. Caterina was the director of communications, and she had tipped me off that there was a New York Times travel writer hiding among my corporate private tour. Half Italian, half Brazilian, and very competitive, Caterina was locked in a PR deathmatch with other Los Angeles area museums. She wanted the Wham to be the only one mentioned in this roundup of hot places to spend a Friday night in Southern California. She nodded and gave me the look that said in no uncertain terms, "Sex it up, Joni." I pointed to the painting, a riot of overripe fruit and luscious vegetables bursting with color and texture. Let me ask you the price of a bowl of perfect cherries, deep red and glistening, begging to be eaten. Now imagine their worth in the middle of a cold, dark Flemish winter after months of deprivation. Oh, I had Bowtie Boy's attention now. And what about this gorgeous plate of pears? Have you ever seen such lovely, fleshy orbs, perfect in size and shape, bursting with sweetness? Finally, look at the longing in the woman's eyes. That's the look of a woman who wants to touch and feel and taste all she sees. This is not a painting of a table full of fruit. It's a masterpiece of desire. What's that worth? Bowtie Boy conceded. Well, I guess you got me there. Hard to put a dollar figure on that. Caterina strode over, her steps making an authoritative pounding in the marble front gallery. She was ready to take over the tour, the museum, or a small country in Central Europe, wherever she was needed most. Caterina was always in charge. I bowed like an idiot, because that's how tired I was. Thank you for your time and attention. The Blakely in the garden is best viewed right about sunset. Don't miss that. I'll hand you off to Caterina de Montefiore, who'll be happy to answer any questions about the museum or our programs. Caterina commanded the group into the Degas gallery with the wave of her hand. Get me out of these shoes and get me home, I thought, as I turned on my heels and headed toward my office. I felt a hand on my arm. Bowtie Boy was offering his card. And up close, he was definitely more of a bowtie man. Mason Andrews, thank you for the tour. I'm a doctor and I don't know much about art, but I'd really like a bowl of cherries right now. That made me laugh. It had been a while since any man had made that happen. That's what art can do. Make you want experiences. I'm Joan Blakely, and as you probably figured out, I'm an educator here at the Wham. It was the easiest way to describe my multifaceted job, especially to an emergency room doctor, as his card indicated. I shook Mason's hand, a firm grip, coupled with plenty of eye contact. Is now the moment when I tell him I'm married? Or do I play this out a little longer because, despite the desperate bow tie, he's very attractive.